Hi guys, it's Lucy, and today I'm going to be doing a collective book haul. This book haul is technically from January to now, today, so it's about 6 months worth of books. I'm doing a lot better than last year in terms of buying books. I think I have around 10 books to show you, which is less than my spring book haul from last year. One issue is I don't actually have all of these books with me to show you because I did leave some of them at school because I only have a limited amount of suitcase space and they just didn't make the cut. But I don't want to hold off on hauling these books any longer, or else at the end of the year I'm gonna have like a 40 book haul. I'm kidding. This whole year technically I've been on a book buying ban, and I only get books if it's from a subscription box that I'm already part of, so that's OwlCrate or Book of the Month Club. And I'm going to be following this until the rest of the year, except I'm allowed to buy sequels and diverse books only. Also, some of these are stragglers that I didn't get to haul in previous hauls. First, we have The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. This is the sequel to The Wrath and the Dawn, and I've actually already read this. I'll leave the wrap-up where I talk about it down below. I can't say much about what it's about since it is a sequel. I got this at the end of last year, I think, or somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I missed hauling it though, but I definitely didn't get it this year. I read it this year though. Next we have The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. This is another book I've already read. I read this long before I bought it. Technically, it was a gift from my friend, but she bought me the wrong edition, and I really wanted this 10th anniversary edition, and she ended up buying me the movie tie-in edition. So I returned it and then got the gift card that Barnes & Noble gives you, and then I bought this one with it. If you don't already know, I don't know how you missed it. This is a very popular book. It's one of the best books I've ever read. This is the only book that I read and then actively sobbed while reading it. This holds a special place in my heart. If you don't know, this is a book about a girl named Liesel, who is a German living in Nazi Germany, and Liesel loves books, and while there's book burning things happening, she ends up stealing books, hence the book thief. At the same time, her family ends up taking in a Jewish man in Nazi Germany, so you can imagine how that goes. I probably will be rereading it this year now that I have this beautiful edition. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I got this from Book of the Month Club in December. Again, this is already very popular. I've already read this. I have a whole review of it in case you're interested in more of my thoughts. The Sun Is Also a Star follows two teenagers over the course of one day. One is a Jamaican undocumented immigrant who is supposed to be deported that day and is trying very hard not to be, and the other is a second-generation Korean American. He is on his way to one of the most important interviews of his life, and they meet. This is a contemporary romance. You can guess what happens. This is a beautiful book. I loved it. Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I got this from OwlCrate in January or February maybe. This is also another popular one on BookTube. This is about a girl. Her and her sister are trying to get invited to this circus kind of thing called Caraval, and it's invite only, which is why they're trying so hard to get invited. And one year they finally do get invited, but then the sister gets kidnapped or something during the show, and the main character has to figure out what's going on. Next, we have the first book that I don't actually have with me, The Animators by Kayla Ray Whitaker. This follows two women who are trying to break into the animation business, and it follows their friendship and what it's like to be women in a male-dominated business. It's more about their friendship though, and how them working together affects their relationship with each other. And that was from Book of the Month Club, not sure what month. Roseblood by A.G. Howard. This is a book that I got from OwlCrate. This is the first time where I'm actively maybe I don't want to read that about a book I got from OwlCrate. Usually I'm at least open to them. I try not to get it if I don't want the book. I usually try and figure out early, but I forgot to cancel my subscription that month, honestly. And so I've heard a lot of mixed things about this book and also A.G. Howard's other books, but if I remember correctly, the inside text is red, which is very interesting. But this is a Phantom of the Opera retelling. I'm not sure if I'll ever get to this, but I have it. Next we have Exit West by Mohsin Hamid. I don't really know how to explain this, so I'm going to read the synopsis. In a country teetering on the brink of civil war, two young people meet, Sensual, fiercely independent Nadia and gentle, restrained Saeed, they embark on a furtive love affair and are soon cloistered in a premature intimacy by the unrest roiling their city. When it explodes, turning familiar streets into a patchwork of checkpoints and bomb blasts, they begin to hear whispers about doors that can whisk people far away, if perilously and for a price. As the violence escalates, Nadia and Saeed decide they no longer have a choice. Leaving their homeland and their old lives behind, they find a door and step through. So that's what it's about. That sounds interesting to me. We have The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich. This seems so interesting, and I actually chose this one immediately as soon as they put out the list. The premise sounds so fun to me that I'm really intrigued. This is kind of a parody of like spy movies, and it's about two boys who are graduating from like their spy school, and they've been prepared all their lives for this mission to become romantically involved with a very important girl. Whichever one of the boys that doesn't become her boyfriend dies. But there's a twist, and the twist is the boys find that they might actually be falling for each other. Next we have Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. This is a book I got from Owlcrate. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. It's about a girl named Eliza who runs a very well-known webcomic, but no one knows that she's the one running it. Eliza ends up switching schools, and in switching schools she ends up going to the same school as one of the most prolific like fan fiction writers of her webcomic. They become friends while he doesn't know that she's actually the writer of it, and it kind of takes off from there. I think there are some other issues going on in her life. The last book that I'm hauling that I don't actually have physically with me is Startup by Doris Shafrir. This is about a company that's a startup, I guess, and it's kind of the pitfalls and highs and lows of that. I think it follows multiple characters. This was also a book of the month pick. I was interested in this because I was like, this is my future, maybe, as a computer science major. So, you know, might as well read a book about it. Last but not least, I have P.S. I Like You by Casey West. This is actually the oldest book I'm hauling. I actually got this in August Owlcrate of last year. I just never hauled it, so I'm hauling it now. This is about a girl in high school, and she like writes on her desk, and then the next day someone actually wrote back to her on her desk, and they end up having conversations on the desk. It's a YA contemporary romance, so you can guess what happens from there. But yeah, it sounds like a cute, fun romance, and I'm excited to read it, maybe this summer, hopefully this summer. So those are all the books that I have to haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any opinions about any of the books I hauled in this video, please be sure to leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make more videos where I talk about books. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Is The Animators by